Hey everybody, welcome back to my modern homestead. If you don't already know, my name is Janet, and today we have another fun kitchen project that I'm trying. I guess these projects I keep calling projects, I should call experiments. The last few projects I haven't been super happy with. If you've been following along, my pear preserves, I just thought they should be thicker. I don't know. That video hasn't even come out when I'm recording this, so I don't know what you all think about it. And my green sriracha, which also has not come out when I'm doing this video. I'm not super crazy about it. Well, I'm really not crazy about it. It separates too easy. So here we go again with another experiment. Do you remember when we were doing the pear preserves? Hold on. We were left with the cores, and I told you I was going to throw them away. And a lot of them I did, but I also saved these. I just couldn't make myself get rid of them and not at least try to do what I originally wanted to, which was to juice them, to try to make juice. Well, I knew that wasn't enough, but I got to thinking before I trashed them, maybe we can add apples or other fruit to it. So when I went to the store today to pick up something else, our local grocery store actually had organic apples. So I grabbed a couple bags of those. They were Honeycrisp, and I had a thing of grapes in the refrigerator. So I've got those, and I also have some frozen cherries. I can't make up my mind if I want to use those or not. My daughter does not like cherries. So I don't know. I'm going to put that thought on hold. So while I'm deciding about that, let's take a look at the fruit. Pardon my old sink. I know it doesn't look the best with its leaky faucet and hard water stains. But anyhow, I have my grapes here. And I put some vinegar in the soaking water. And I also have my apples. So what I'm going to do is just cut my apples in half and take out the stem. And the grapes, I'm going to leave just like this. These are fine. These are not normally what you would steam, but I won't go into the story, but I missed the grapes, the grape order this year again. So normally you want to use Concord grapes. If you can get your hands on those beautiful purple Concord grapes, those are perfect for juicing. They make the best juice. But anyway, I'm just going with what I had. So let's get this done. Before I get started on that, this is the bottom part of the steamer. I know it looks rough. I normally keep my stuff shiny and new looking, but I loaned this out to somebody, and when I got it back, they had evidently let something run dry in it. Anyway, I can't do anything about that. So what we do is fill this up. You can fill it up all the way, but usually 3/4 to halfway is what I fill it. And I just want to get this going before I start on the fruit. I'll show you what to do with this in just a second. All right, we've got our water in it. Let's move it to the stove. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to slide it back. Now, the next part is where the juice collects. And we're going to line this up. There's a little notch right here where this stem fits in. And that's it, y'all. Looks like I need to rinse this out real quick. Let's rinse this out. Okay, there we go. So there's that part all rinsed out, notch in place. Now, what we do is take this part. Oh, so loud, sorry. This is the top layer that we put the fruit in. So let's go get it ready. Pardon my groceries and my pear butter over here. All right, so here are our pear cores. We're gonna put, sorry, that was loud again. Just put those down in there. Let's grab the grapes. Alrighty, I just stuck them back down in the same pear bag so they wouldn't drip everywhere. And we just dump them in, stems and all. I promise you, it's not going to hurt anything. Now we're going to add the apples. And to do that, all I'm going to do, trying to decide what knife to use. I'm just going to cut them in half, maybe quarters. Here we go. And if you want, you can trim off the yucky ends, and you can take out the seeds if you want to, but you don't have to. That's not totally necessary. So whatever you prefer, you just do it and drop it down in the pan. How easy is that? Let's get the rest of them done. Some people worry about the arsenic in the seeds, but y'all, you aren't eating the seeds with this. They're just in there. You're not even cutting them open. So use your discretion about that. Whatever you're comfortable with. Just so y'all don't give me a hard time, I cut mine out. Here we go, y'all. It's the last apple. This is very quick and very easy. If you don't want to do this part, it's even quicker. But you do want to cut them open. All right. Now, we're going to take, look at it, we've got a pot full just about it. We're going to take this and put it on the stove on top of the other pieces of the steamer. Okay, now at my other house, I had the perfect setup. I had stools that I had at my counter, and they were a lot higher than this. But you use what you got. I think I'm going to have to take this cushion off. Will it sit on the cushion? I don't trust that. Anyway, I'll take it off just a second. But then, that's not going to work. Hold on, we've got to rethink this one. Okay, this should work. This is my table I keep my ice maker on, so pardon any stains you see. We set the jar on it and put the hose in it. Perfect. Okay, we found a solution. Now I can turn this back on. Now all we have to do is just wait. Well, just wait and clean up what we just made a mess with. These scraps, still going to use them. They're going to the animals. Our pigs, they're going to turn them into bacon. And the chickens, they're going to turn them into eggs. The juice is coming out. Sometimes your stream of juice will speed up and slow down. That's okay, but if you go a few minutes without getting juice, you are done and you can turn the pot off. One other thing you want to be careful of is not to let the bottom part run out of water. Some people will put a marble or two in there, and when you stop hearing those marbles move, then you know it's out of water. But I've never done that, and so far I've never run out of water. Alrighty, you all, I've tasted the juice. It's a little sweet, a little tart, and very nice and fruity. I really like this juice. Okay, y'all, I thought while we're waiting on the juice to finish steaming, I would go ahead and try the pear preserves. Well, what I attempted as pear preserves and the pear butter. Y'all want to see what that's like? Let's go down here and try it. Now, if you've been with me while I've been making these, you know already that I wasn't super impressed, at least with my preserves. But we're going to see. I don't really know what this butter is going to be like. Oops. Let's see. Bring y'all closer. The pear butter looks like a really sticky pear sauce, but it's really smooth as far as spreading it on. Let's see how it tastes. actually, before we taste it, let's go ahead and do the preserves because I will need to move the camera. Okay. The liquid is a liquid. It's a syrup. So I guess we made pears in syrup. But that's not necessarily a bad thing because some people prefer that. Whoops, I didn't mean to spill it. But you can see pear preserve should not be that liquidy. Anyway, let's see what they taste like. Please pardon the way I look. It's been a crazy day. All right, pear butter. Wow. That one is super good. My poor preserves. So sad, I'm gonna make homemade old-fashioned preserves one day. Oh. Those might not be preserves, but yeah, there is nothing wrong with that flavor. That is so good. So, the verdict? Did I make preserves? No. Did I make pear butter? Yes. Do they both taste good? Absolutely. So, we'll just keep trying on the preserves, and we'll just keep loving the flavor. Okay, this is what the fruit looks like after it has steamed. Now, one little tip, if you want to use the apples even further, you can, if you have a food mill, you can take these apples and run them through the food mill and have an applesauce. It'll be really thick, or thicker than normal applesauce, and it will need a lot of seasoning, but you can still use it that way. But I'm not doing that. My point was just to show you how to do the juice, but I just wanted to tell you so you would know. Here's the juice we ended up with. You don't get a lot of juice, so it's not the most efficient use of apples, but it was a great way to use those pear cores one more time. So now they're ready to go to the pigs. I always forget this part, so let me come in here and tell you. When you're done, you will have juice in here that cannot reach that spout there where the hose comes out. So all you have to do is just tilt your pan and it will pour down through your spout. Now we have a lot more juice. There we go. Now we've got about a half gallon. So the next step would be to process it. If you get enough juice that you want to process it, you would just put it in sterile pint or quart jars and process it for 5 minutes. If you've got half gallons, that would be 10 minutes. Or you can just store it in the refrigerator after it cools off and drink it fresh. So that's where I'm going to stop right now. I'm not going to can mine. Maybe if we get a bigger batch of apples and pears later, we'll come back and do that. But you all, thank you so much for joining me. You know I love it when you come and spend a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing this process. So until we meet again, may you be blessed. Love you guys.